Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Good morning and welcome to Squiz Kids, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Tuesday, November 24. In Squiz Kids today, save the platypus. India's amazing elephant rescue. Sydney kid makes basketballs big time. And Tay-Tay scoops the pool. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
The platypus is just about the cutest, most amazing Aussie animal there is. Right up there with the koala and kangaroo in terms of being an Aussie icon. But, according to a new report released yesterday, it's a species that is under threat of extinction unless we act quickly. Researchers have found that in the past 30 years, about 1/5 of their habitat has been lost. That means there are not as many places for them to build a home as there were 3 decades ago. Drought, the loss of forests, pollution in our waterways, and even feral dogs and cats, which are wild and not very nice versions of the cats and dogs you have at home, have all been blamed for the platypus crisis. But it's not too late. According to the report, with careful management of platypus habitats and an education program, their numbers can return to healthy levels. There was some good news on the koala front yesterday, after $18 million was set aside by our government in Canberra to help restore their habitats and help their numbers recover after last summer's devastating bushfires.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in India, where an elephant has been rescued after falling into a village well. A well is a deep hole that stores water. And this particular elephant fell into it after wandering over bushes that were covering the well. It took 14 hours and a team of vets and villagers to calm the distressed elephant by feeding it banana leaves, before strapping him into a harness at the bottom of the well and using a crane to lift him to safety. The elephant was lifted upside down up to the surface, where he was assessed by vets and proclaimed to be just fine. There's a link in today's episode notes to video of the rescue effort, and it's quite something.
Pop Culture Corner.
It was a big day yesterday for Taylor Swift, BTS and Justin Bieber as they cleaned up at the American Music Awards. Tay-Tay beat the Biebs, Post Malone and The Weeknd to win the award for Artist of the Year, and also scored a trophy for Video of the Year for her song Cardigan, as well as picking up the award for Favourite Female Artist. That's quite the trophy haul. The Biebs didn't leave empty-handed either, walking away with the award for Favourite Male Artist, while everyone's favourite Korean boy band, BTS, scored big too with the award for Best Pop Band. It's been a big week for the BTS boys. They released a new album last Friday, and despite it being online for only 4 days, the video for their first single, Life Goes On, has already attracted almost 115 million views. How do you say wow in Korean?
Squiz Kids salutes.
And today we're sending a big old Squiz Kid salute to former Sydney kid Josh Green, who has realised a childhood basketball dream by being picked to play for the Dallas Mavericks in the United States. Josh, who's just turned 20 and once played basketball for his local team, the Hills Hornets in Sydney's northwest, was the 18th pick overall in the NBA draft, and he'll be moving to Dallas in Texas in December to start training with the Mavericks. It's a really big deal for an Aussie to play in the NBA, widely considered the most prestigious and highest performing basketball league in the world. Josh said afterwards that he felt starstruck and described how as a kid all he wanted to do was become a professional AFL player. See how life can take turns you don't expect? And get this, Josh is almost 2 metres tall and has an arm span that measures more than 2 metres, meaning his arms are really long and he's excellent at defence. Go Josh! Squiz Kids salute you. Attention all parents, teachers and carers of Squiz Kids. The very quickest of reminders that today is your last chance to fill out the short Squiz Kids listener survey. It's our way of getting to know you and your Squiz Kids a little bit better, finding out what they like, what they'd like more of, and hopefully making our daily offering that little bit better. There's a link in today's episode notes to the survey. Oh, and kids, a quick reminder, this one's just for adults. Thanks.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Which iconic Aussie animal are scientists worried could soon be on the endangered list? Yeah, it's the platypus. Question number 2. What animal did rescuers in India pull from a well? You got it. It was an elephant. Question number 3. Which female artist, who likes to shake it off, enjoyed an especially good night at the American Music Awards? Yeah, it was Taylor Swift.
Shout outs.
It's November 24. On this day, 378 years ago, in the year 1642, a Dutch explorer called Abel Tasman sailed upon the coast of a great big island that we now know as Tasmania. It's also only 31 sleeps till Christmas. Jingle all the way. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Jessica from Gosford East, Corey from Muswellbrook, Lily from Craigburn, Jaden from Donvale, Fergus and Poppy from Ballarat, Holly from Wood Rising, Archie from Coffs Harbour, Tommy from North Ringwood, Isla from Sydney, Mia from Oakhurst, Emma from Menai, Henry from Wahroonga, Tommy from Kahiba, Kane from Goodna and Charlie from New South Wales. And a belated birthday shout out to Liam from Barowra. Happy birthday, one and all. And today's classroom shout outs go to classes 2, 3H and 5DM at Norman Park State School, Miss Hand's Literacy Group at St Joseph's in Peak Hill, Class 1M at Mowbray Public School, Classes 3MM and 4LM at Norris Road State School, and Class 3D with Miss Ecob at Panania Public School. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out. Squiz Kids is proudly supported by the Judith Neilson Institute for Journalism and Ideas.
Squiz Kids.
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.